right there on I guess that's Hempstead Turnpike or whatever it is, and you know jump off the Meadowbrook, and right there you just pull in. There's parking, and you could even sit. It was the admission was one price, I believe, if I remember right, and you could even walk down a couple of seats and get as close as you want. And it's nice. That was a dope idea. I wish they kept that because I would definitely make more games if more Long Island games if they were at lunch or something like that. It's just,
Yeah. I'm
but
also
who's good on that though? Who do you think like besides the draft picks that we know Kessler's going to be down there, right?
yeah, I assume Kessler, and I'm hoping like Duke will be down there. Um,
Yeah,
and
David Duke,
I think
the
Duke can
Grandmaster, the
play.
Grand Wizard.
What'd you say?
David Duke, the Grand Wizard.
Yeah, I mean
Oh,
honestly,
you're
if they
young. You probably don't even know uh that there's this guy named David Duke who's the Grand Wizard of the Ku
oh no, no,
Klux
no,
Klan.
I know all about. I've done a lot of reading about that man. Well, I mean, look with that name, he'll actually fit in pretty well given the politics in Long Island at this point. Like back
Nah,
to
man.
back,
I
back to
like
back.
I like the answer that he gave about his name. He said I never wanted to like uh change up my name or make it different. I could have been D. I could have been you know my first and middle name initials. He's like, but I specifically made the name, chose to say it exactly like how it is or like how it was given to me because I want to change the perspective on the name. I
Yeah,
like that. That's a great mindset to have in a kid. I'm gonna be watching him. It's funny. The Nets would wait for this draft to like stock up on a bunch of good kids who could play. So it's what Marks does, man. That man is playing 3D chess, boy.
and by the
Everybody
way,
else is playing checkers.
the Podthorn fan base should know that you're betting is legal for me in DC as I'm here right now, and I may or may not have made James Harden for MVP 22 to 1 odds, which I could not believe I got those odds.
I can't find those odds anymore
Yeah, I don't know how I got them like probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. I think now it's down, and it's
because
I'm
Sharp
excited,
Money
man.
jumped on it.
We get a full year of him this year, and he got hurt last year also. So like this is
Yeah, and he was in terrible shape. He was coming
horrible.
off of a COVID summer. He didn't want to be there anymore. He
By the way,
came in
that
terrible
was one
shape.
of the things that me and you got called out for by Nets faithful. They said that we weren't being loyal to Harden because we said that if he was in better shape, he wouldn't have had the bad hamstring thing, which is like legitimate, which is definitely true.
It's not. I mean, it's if we're not giving him CT scans, if we're not doing the MRI, we can't know for sure. But what I do know for sure, and doctors and clinicians and physical therapists all say the same thing, that when you are fat, you put more pressure on your joints and more pressure on your hammies, and that's exactly what happened. He didn't even take a hard step. Like we've all watched how he got hurt. And that comes from wear and tear on being fat. Same thing with Darren Williams. Darren Williams relatively got into shape here, but by the time he got into shape here, he waited until his ankles disintegrated for him to become vegan, and that didn't help Darren Williams either. Like becoming vegan, you need more protein when your tendons and ligaments are disintegrating. So I feel like stuff like this you can't tell for sure, but him looking like he said he rehabbed all summer. That's what I want to hear. Like I've been rehabbing the injury. I've been taking it seriously. He's definitely lost weight. He's not the skinniest he's ever been. He looked skinnier in the summer in some pictures, but he looked way skinnier than when he got here. I'll tell you that much. And he looks ready. He looks happy. He looks ready. Uh, I, I'm good with Harden. Harden's going to be a big part. Like, if he doesn't win it, it might be because he just plays with KD. That might be the problem.
Yep. No, that could totally be the. No, I totally agree. That could totally be the reason why he doesn't. But I mean, look.
What's your over and under on KD games this season?
I think I would actually put it pretty high because I think he knows. First of all, like there was that famous Sports Illustrated article where he's like, I'm sick of being second in everything, second draft pick, second to LeBron, etc. Like every outlet has him as the best player in the world right now, and I think he's going to want to capitalize on it and like show that he like deserves to stay there. So I would put it actually like the mid to high 60s, even though like some might say it's lower, some might say it's higher.
He said today that his main, like, that he didn't mean that. Like, he said, I know I said it that one time, but I don't mean it. I don't care about those things. I just care that my teammate knows how hard I work, etc., etc. You know, of course, I'm paraphrasing, but you don't get as good as Kevin Durant and not want it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you have to be like, you know, what we found out about Michael Jordan with his documentary was that he's a little bit crazy. What we're going to find out about Kobe, or what we found out about Kobe in other documentaries, is that he's a little bit crazy. And LeBron is definitely not even a little bit. LeBron is a lot crazy. And I'm pretty sure KD is crazy. And he wants to be the best. He wants to win 3 championships here. He does. He wants to have more championships than LeBron. He wants to be able to not say it, but for all of us to say it. I'm willing to say, Kevin Durant, you are the best player in the world. Yep. When I was watching the Olympics, it was almost like that was my way of watching Kevin Durant and not be biased. Because I didn't care if they won or lost, but he did. And I watched that desire, and I watched him carry that team. Like, that team almost was looking like the Chris Webber, Vince Carter Team USA. It looked like it was coming in for a letdown. And when it came time and when it was necessary, like almost effortless, just one move after another. Like, I was watching some of these teams, like these guys who don't play in the NBA and play in, around the world in Euro leagues, etc. And some of these guys were just watching him play, and they just were amazed. Like, they were just amazed at watching Kevin Durant play. That's hard to defend when you're watching someone play and be amazed at them at the same time. And just Kevin Durant is just on another level. How long he could be on that other level, we're going to find out in these coming years. But as of right now, he's the best player in the world. And, he's not going to say it. He's not going to say he wants us to say it. But we all know it. He's the best player in the world. Right?
Yeah, and I think he's going to be on a mission to reaffirm that the whole year. Especially, look, he'll probably take, if Kyrie's not playing, he'll probably take it even more on himself to do more. And
right.
So,
Right. I mean, Kyrie, 50, 40, 90. All the great accolades, just an amazing player. He could just do something here, just by playing with these 3 guys, like, that could just change the dialogue about him. This team could achieve things that, things that the NBA has never seen before. But I just, when you're so fucking rich, like, that, like, Kyrie he's not, Howard Hughes, like, hiding in your house rich, but he's rich. Like, he's going to be rich. Like, he's $100 millionaire, and he's going to be for the rest of his life, basically. And so it's hard to motivate yourself when that's the case. You have to be playing for bigger things. Like, sometimes KD has a twinkle in his eye when he's talking basketball, and you see the love of basketball in his eye. But the competitive side of him, KD has a look of a serial killer. He looks, there's just a cold, dead, like Slim Reaper is such a great name for him. I know he wants us to call him other shit, but really, like, you are just a cold-blooded killer on the basketball court. And maybe those aren't the best adjectives, especially since it's an analogy, but I've never seen anything like it. 7 foot, we know all that comes after that, but just to be 7 feet tall and to be what he is, it's amazing to watch. It's amazing to watch. Okay, Media Day. We got 5 minutes before we put this thing to bed on Media Day, man. Is there anything I've missed? Did you like Steve Nash's performance?
Yeah, I mean, look, he's a media pro. Like,
yeah, he's better than Sean Marks, that's for sure. No, he's good at this, man. He's good at this, and the only person that was better than him was Letterman.
Yeah, Letterman was great.
We're a different thing, man. The Brooklyn Nets. It's a special thing happening. David Letterman was at our media day making jokes. I don't even know who he was interviewing. He's probably doing one of those Netflix specials with Sean Marks or some shit like that. I don't know.
I think the rumor I heard on Twitter was that in his new show, Durant's one of the people that he's interviewing.
Oh, okay. Okay. Because at first, Kev didn't look amused. But
no, I think he kind of played the deadpan like Kevin, which is one of the funny. I think Kevin actually has an amazing sense of humor.
He's hilarious.
He knows how to just like make people feel uncomfortable in a funny way.
It's hilarious how he makes you feel uncomfortable. It's just such a great device for taking out assholes. You know, I look, great media day for me. Sean Marks didn't tell us anything that he didn't want us to know. And, you know, of course, Steve Nash was a showman. I love it. I love it all. I think it's a great thing to be chronicling, man. You feel good?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm you know what's making me nervous, but everybody in Nets Nation's thinking about or Nets World, I should say, is thinking about the exact same thing. But there's nothing really else to discuss. Like I still believe he'll be playing home games at the Barclays Center, but we'll see.
Yeah, and for me, it's like my logical brain says that's the way it should end. He's playing. We work it out. But again, there's just so much going on. Like, there's so much at stake, and you know, I feel like it's not even like a stance, a health stance. It's an identity. It's an identity, like being vegan. It's not a dietary choice. It's an identity. So it's a part of your identity, rather. So we'll see, man. I hope it all works out. I still think we're in the running for a championship no matter what. And that's what we're here for. And I am, of course, at Eve Darbouze, of the currently suspended at Eve Darbouze off Twitter. You can hit me. I'll be working the controls at the @PodThorn account. And Sam, you'll find him at Samuel Lachow, LACHOW. We are the indomitable Pod Thorn from now and forever. Talk to you later, everybody.
Pod Thorn. Pod Thorn. Pod Thorn.